Hello, welcome to week 2 of the Zwift Women's Racing Series. I'm here today with Susan Clark from Coalition. I'm Kelly Wiggin. I race for ATP. We're here to commentate on these races today.
Yeah, this is exciting, Kelly. We get to see race number 2 in this summer series. And what's really cool is that all of us are test bunnies for the new Zwift Racing Score. And so the Zwift Racing Score, Kelly, do you want to tell us a little bit about what the Zwift Racing Score is?
Well, if you've been rattling around on Zwift recently, you might have opened Companion app and have seen that you have on your profile page a Zwift Racing Score listed there. That is kind of a seed score that my understanding has come from a combination of 10-minute power, both watts per kilogram and raw, and 30-second power, watts per kilogram and raw, as well as possibly some other factors. But that racing score is on a 0 to 1,000 scale, and it's going to be set up to seed us into races that previously were part of Zwift Labs, but now are part of this amazing Zwift Women's Racing Series. The scores that you are given sort you into one of 5 categories. Cats 1 through 5 is what they're labeling them. And you can look and view what your score is on your companion page or also on Zwift Power. This score, your seed score, is going to go up or down based on how you race. So the great news is that we're finally going to have a ranking system that's going to set people up to be in categories that are competitive for them based on how they race as well as their parameters.
Absolutely, Kelly. This is really exciting. And all of us that are participating, we're looking forward to seeing how we move through the system. And so we've had a race take place already in this series. And if you take a look at these results on the screen, you might be noticing, oh, there's some people with 50, 50, 50, some 49, 49, 49. That is because there are 4 races on Tuesdays and 1 race on Saturdays. So there are 5 chances for women to be able to race in a time zone that makes sense for them. And each first place person gets 50 points, 49 down the line, etc. What's exciting is it's the best 6 races out of 8. So it all depends who shows up on what week as to what placing that you might get. We can move on to see what is coming up in our race series. And so we've got 8 races, as I mentioned. In the series, we're on race number 2, which is the Mountain Mash today. If you weren't able to race today, there's still a chance on Saturday. And remember, it's the best 6 placings that you have. So if you have to miss a race, or maybe you didn't do as well as you were hoping, we're only counting the top 6. There's lots of time to still get into the action. I know it's summer in some of the parts of the world. It's winter in others like Australia, New Zealand, South America, South Africa. But for those of us that are into summer, you might not be at races, so it's really great that we have the option of just best 6. So hop in if you haven't already. And Kelly, tell us about today's course.
Today we are racing on Mountain Mash, which is just shy of 6 kilometers, and that is a short race. It's a scratch race, which means that everyone starts together and then the first person across the finishing line wins. Now, it's hilly, so even though it's only just shy of 6 kilometers, it's going to take quite a long time to go up. There's going to be a bunch of switchbacks that you're going to be going up, and if you've done your course homework, you're going to realize that there's at several places, I think about 4 places during the route, there's going to be small downhills, but most of the time you're just going uphill and uphill and uphill. So we're expecting that probably the category 1 finishers will finish in about 15 minutes, and the category 5 finishers might take as long as 25 or 30 minutes. So far, there's already been 1 field that raced today. 32 women raced about 8 hours ago, and those women's times ranged from 15 minutes to 33 minutes. So we're definitely going to see a diversity in abilities, and I'm really excited about it. I think we are ready to go to the pen.
Absolutely, Kelly. That's right. Let's take a look in the pens here. Fantastic. And we have some good fields today. As you mentioned, there were 32 women racing this morning. But this afternoon, and it's evening for some people, morning for some other folks, and into the evening for others. But we have over 116 women that were registered as of an hour ago. I took a little peek. The E pen, which is the Cat 5 pen, has over 38 women who were registered. So really nice size fields here. There's always somebody to see up the road, which is really great. So Kelly, I had a little form that I asked women to fill out, and we've got a few little details from some of the gals that are racing today. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Allison?
Yes, so right now it looks like we're zoomed in on the Cat 1 pen, but I think we'll move to the Cat 2 pen right here. And this racer answered the form that Susan gave out for folks to fill out. And here's what we know about Allison. Allison is a Cat 2 racer with Level Esports. She found her team when she was a guest rider during an Iceni ladies event and then joined the ladies team time trial. She indicated that she likes this course because it's shortish, sharp pedal stomping, even though it will be her first time up this particular version of the course. I am very much in agreement that that is what this is going to be about today. And Allison is one of my favorites to win this particular field. Do we have some Cat 2, some Cat 3 folks that?
Sure, absolutely. Okay. And I've got a highlight from Michelle Modiak. Michelle's a Cat 3 racer with Coalition, and she joined Zwift during the pandemic. She has not looked back. She loves executing team tactics in Zwift Racing League, and her advice to new riders is do a proper warm-up, know the course, push hard, but remember to have fun. And let's move on to Cat 4.
In Cat 4, we have Rena Frankiel. She's a Cat 4 racer with BMTR. She found her team on the Zwift forum when they posted looking for women. Even though she hadn't raced before, she answered their call and feels so lucky to have found such a supportive team. I think we have a Cat 5 racer also, a few of them. Let's go ahead though and look at the women's Cat 1 start, because I think they just started.
Exciting. I think we are still 30 seconds away from the Cat.
I'm sorry.
But that's okay. Let's watch this start, because we're going to see maybe some fire socks if some of these women are wearing them. So in case you don't know, if you're wearing fire socks and you put out some pretty big watts, we get to see flames coming out behind you. So we got about 10 seconds left on this pen here, and they're going to get a start. Each category is separated by 1 minute, and they cannot see each other out on the course.
So here they go, they're headed out. There's gonna be a brief downhill before the climbing starts. So we're gonna see them form up probably into draft formation just to use as little energy as possible as they get out onto the course and then start on the downhill. There will be a lot less drafting once they get uphill, but for now, it's all about conserving energy in the group.
It sure is, absolutely. And we wish them well into this part of the course. It's one of the only downhill parts.
Yeah, pretty much this is it. You just get to enjoy yourself as you sail downhill, and then uphill will happen rather rapidly. What we're seeing now is pretty much what's going to happen with every field. There's going to be a little bit of bunching, but probably, at various times as they form up, but then once the downhill proper starts, they're probably all going to be in a nice little pile, which is what we're seeing here.
Yep. We're focused on Sarah Roach here. Let's watch these watts as we transition into the uphill just for a moment. It's kind of fun to see what happens when we hit that 14%.
Yeah, they're not doing a lot yet. Greenway,
she's got some watts going.
Yeah, I was noting that. 5.1
here we go.
already. Here we go. This is where
Nice.
different groups are going to form. In this particular field, it may all just fall apart and blow out apart. But in other fields, I fully expect there to be several different groups going up the climb together, because there is such a wide spread in watts per kilogram in each of these categories, which is good because this is a mountain race, and it's a very different thing than a flat race.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see Sarah putting those watts down now. Okay, let's head back to Cat 2. They've started. They're down the road.
They're probably
here.
almost to the climb too.
Correct. It's looking pretty good. Let's see how they go into this climb. And they've got a nice group here, don't they, Kelly?
They do. As I mentioned, there's a pretty wide spread in terms of watts per kilogram over longer distances of time. So I really expect we're going to see a sorting happen pretty quickly, and there's going to be several different groups that are going to form. You can kind of almost see it starting right now. There it is. It's happening.
And there go
already.
the Spire socks.
Yeah, somebody's doing their best to get plugged back up into the group that they want to be in as they go up this.
Fantastic. Let's check in with Cat 3. They're coming down the hill here. We're going to get to see oh yes, nice group of gals here, all collected, trying to be efficient down this hill. And we're seeing this transition into the uphill. So we see Jen Buckley's watts in the bottom corner here. Just watch them change as we hit the pitch.
I think in this particular race, it might be useful for us to see the watts per, there it is. So she's doing 5.1, 4.9, but Brody up at the front is doing 5.0. So we've got quite a diversity happening here.
Absolutely. And she was last week's commentator. So if you haven't watched that stream yet, go check it out on YouTube. Absolutely.
She is absolutely rocking up this climb already.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. Let's check in with Cat 4. They're going to be entering into this climb here as well. Nice big groups. E. Wallace is on the front there. Yeah, absolutely.
Unless folks are trying to break things up, until they get to the uphill here, nobody's going to really probably be working hard.
Yeah,
and there it is. There's the watts increased immediately. The watts per kilogram of these riders, as listed in the rider list on the right, spiked as soon as they hit the 10% there. And then I think they'll probably realize they're going to be going uphill for a while, so they're going to settle into something that's a little more sustainable. And that's what we're seeing here. We saw the immediate spikes up to 4.5, but now nobody in this field is rocking more than 4 for more than a couple seconds.
Exactly. Let's check back in with Cat E before we go on to see the front of the race. Oh,
we do have somebody breaking it up here in Cat E. Right now, we've got that is the gauntlet being thrown. She has blasted straight through everyone.
That Vinette, way to go, Vinette! Good work. That's so fantastic. So while we're on the Cat 5s here, I just wanted to mention that Lydia Zwift is in this race, and she was kind enough to give us a few details. She races with Level Esports. She got into racing by deciding to try each type of race offered, so way to go. Indicates that this course is going to be a surprise. She has not been on Zwift for a little while, and her highlight is the first time her team won a round in Zwift Racing League. So way to go, and thanks, Lydia, for the details. We're really excited you're here today. And there she is on the screen. Okay, let's head back to Cat 1 for a bit. They're a third of the way through their event here.
Yeah, and as expected, there's
Whoa.
quite a spread. Things have spread way out, and it looks like one of the riders may have had a technical difficulty or a dropout and has dropped out of the race. But we're down to 4 from the 5 that started. You can see 5 here, but that's our technical helper, Damon, who is the Z streamer that you're going to see in every single one of these rider lists.
What's neat about the new system here, Kelly, is that when we all got seed scores, some of the gals that normally race A have been listed in a different category. So we're going to see them move up through the series, and that Cat 1 category is going to get a little plumper here shortly.
Yes, we should definitely look at the Cat 2 race for a little bit, because I think, I've got Go Synergy Babes. Alba Garcia is watching and commenting. And it looks awesome. It looks like somebody's even listening, because Karen Baines is right up there at the front and has possibly heard her teammate virtually cheering her on. So
yay.
I will say this field, Category 2 field, has some very famous racers, and including famous commentator. I think Anna Russell is somewhere in here.
She is, yes.
So, I think we have famous racers and famous commentators right here racing in Category 2 in front of us. And these are women. Some of these women are women who are Category A in women's races, but Category B in mixed fields, which sometimes can mean that they're a lighter weight rider compared to the mixed fields. So it's giving them a lower category in which to compete. And that's very much what the Zwift racing score, I think, is probably trying to do as well. They're about to come up to one of those little corners that is incredibly steep for just a couple seconds, and it'll be interesting to see if things spread apart further. There it is right there. They're at 11%, 12, 13, 14. This is one of those places where even just a tenth of a watt per kilogram is going to make a difference into whether or not you're still with one group or whether you've been sorted into another group. And also, if you look back down the mountain on the mini map, you can see that there's a second group that's all hanging together too. So as I was expecting, we're seeing several different groups form so that riders draft one another and try to just get up the mountain using as little energy as they can while still trying to race. But this is,
and as you mentioned, Kelly, the other day to me, you mentioned the other day to me, on this 10%, there is not much draft. So this is one of those places you can't really hide.
That's right. There is, in 0.3 kilometers, right around the corner up here, a tiny little uphill. And if these two racers, Allison Kerr and Wenderhoff, are smart, they're going to stomp on their pedals right now so that they get in the wheels before that tiny downhill, so they can get a little break. Yep. Like if they can.
Oh, there goes Amanda. We see her going.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Let's check back with Cat 3. Okay, so what's happening? Oh my goodness. We've got, that's Cat 1 there. Greenway is still leading. Absolutely.
That's right.
Doing very well. She
she's
set a fast pace.
She's in the final third of the race now, so it's not going to be too long. She's 10 minutes in. I'm anticipating that if she continues to rock this pace, she's going to be just over 15 minutes.
Yeah, Tracy is going hard. Cat 4, let's see how this is going. We've got some little groups here. And on the front of this group, we've got Elise setting a nice stiff pace. And not too far behind is Helen. So way to go. And Yelke, very good. Oh, and you can see she's just got that steady power going on. And here we are with Cat 5's coming into that
there's my
steepy.
teammate Sherry. She's in the lead right now in Cat 3. That's
Sherry.
my ATP teammate Sherry Townsend.
Yeah.
She's in Cat 5. She is a very lightweight rider, under 50 kilograms, and so this new system has seeded her into Category 5, and we'll see how long it keeps her there, right? Because if she wins and does well, she might stay there not very long before they move her up.
She's moving on up. I think she's near the top of the Cat 5 category, so a win today will be a wonderful boost for her into that next category. And she's committed to trying this system. She was saying that's one of the things she's interested in seeing is and helping Zwift test this to see how quickly we move through the systems, whether or not it's categorized us correctly. And come fall, everyone gets a blank slate again. So they're just doing the testing. They're trying to figure out our seed scores, how we move up with our rankings, and then they're going to launch in the fall. While we're with the Cat 5s here, I just want to give a shout out to Labassi. She's one of the organizers at BMTR. She got into Zwift through the Zwift Academy, which is really cool. She races indoors only, and there's Labassi on the screen. Her advice to new riders, give it a go. Start with some team racing. Her best moment, her most best Zwift moment, she got dropped in a race, got in with a group with Sherpa Dave and his teammate, didn't want to do any work, and they just tried to drop her, but she stuck to them like glue. So way to go, Labassi. Hey, let's check back in with Cat 1, Kelly. We're near the top.
It looks like Tracy is getting close to the end. So she's at 5.1 kilometers into the race. So it's going to flatten out at about 5.5 kilometers for a flat top. So she's got less than half a kilometer of climbing left.
And did Sarah save something? Did Sarah save something for this end here to catch back up?
I'm going to guess not to be able to make it up to Tracy. 41 seconds is a lot of gap, and that's how many seconds back Sarah is, it looks like. And then the other riders are, that's my teammate Reggie. He is a champion of women's racing. He does more women's racing organizing for ATP than any of the rest of us do, just because he wants to cheerlead on to us so much.
Fantastic. And if you're wondering where these comments are coming from, they're coming from YouTube. So if you have something that you want to say or you want to give a shout out to a rider, go to this live stream and you can make a comment there and it'll show up on our screen.
I want us to move to Category 2 because I think Tracy has this wrapped up, and I think that Category 2 may have more competition happening. Can we get toward the front?
Nice.
Yeah. So it looks like even though they're a minute back, the leader of this field is almost to the place where Tracy was.
Wow.
So that means she's really, really moving here. Anna Longdill is one of the folks whose numbers actually didn't look as much to me like she was really going to run away with it, but she's got 6 seconds now on the Riot racer chasing her, and Karen Baines from Synergy is with a little group 18 seconds behind Anna. So I think we are seeing a little bit of a sorting here, and I'm guessing Anna Longdill is probably, here we are, that's the winner right there. We just for a moment saw the winner of the Category 1 race. And we're about to see the second place. Sarah Roach is coming up to the flat as well. And she's going to have, just not quite a half a kilometer of flat to get to the finish line there.
And Kelly, this is a key point. This is key if you're with someone, because you're starting into a downhill here. It is possible to draft off of the rider you're with and attack near the finish.
I think we may even see that in just a moment in the Category 1 race. So if we go, the Category 2 race, if we go there, I think they're probably there. Maybe not.
And shout out to Telma, who's doing very well in Cat A as well, in Cat 1.
Where is Category 3 right names now?
Yeah. And we're near the top. You called it.
Yep.
Anna is close.
I think I think that category 3 is likely a ways behind, but not too far behind this finish. It looks like Anna is going to run away with this finish because I can't see a world in which Natalie Smith has 18 seconds to bring it back in less than 0.3 kilometers of racing.
But are Lauren and Karen gonna catch Natalie? That's the question. They are 9 seconds.
That is a good question. That could be worth looking at. And they have been working together, and potentially one of them has saved some energy. So we'll see.
Yep.
Hear what happens.
You can
in a
see
moment.
Karen's watts are way up, way up, way up here. Yeah, good job. There goes Lauren. Absolutely.
Yep, that's what we were just saying could happen.
Oh, there's the sprint finish. Nice job, gals. Oh, man. Great work.
So
Really
she didn't
great
quite
work.
pull it ahead enough to beat her to the line, but she got third for sure.
And Amanda's
Let's look
coming
at
down
category
the road
3 because
here.
I'm worried that they're coming along rather rapidly.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see the
Good job to Amanda
category 3
finishing there.
finish?
We
She's
might have
at
lost the Cat 3
4.6
stream.
kilometers. Oh, okay.
It's
That
possible.
could happen. I
because
don't see the
haven't-
category 3.
Yeah. Sometimes
We haven't
things can
seen
happen, but
category
I'm
3 in a
looking at the
while.
live results here, and it looks like Mikey is in maybe first position in Cat 3 with Maya coming up shortly behind.
Okay.
And is this Elise? Great performance here, Elise.
I think it is Elise from Revo. That's the Revo kit.
Nice. Absolutely. She's got some strong watts here, Kelly. I see maybe a cat up in her future. Good job.
That could definitely be a thing.
Angelica, if I've said your name wrong, I'm sorry. Doing very well. Nice steady climbing. And looks like Helen's coming up behind. Good work. Watching a Cat 2 finish here. Great job. Kristen Schaefer finishing up. Boy,
and
I'd love to
here's
see
Louise Godfrey, I think. And then
Yeah. Oh, some more cheering
Zoe
from
Crawford.
Synergy. They have represented
Yeah.
today. Way to go, Synergy. Come on, Karen.
and it looks like
Nice job.
Zoe Crawford's here, and then Marjeline from Herd is right behind, coming up hot. And then
Whoa.
Sonia Jogadon from Synergy is right up next after that. So
And great climbing,
Synergy
Sonia. Yeah.
good showing.
Great climate. And if my categories are listed correctly on Zwift Power here, it looks like Nina in Cat 3 is going to be coming through as well, in amongst those Cat 2s with Kath Tompkinson just coming into the finish as well. So Nina, and then Maggie Lowe putting out a really good climb coming behind Nina in Cat 3 here, and Jen Pantelak from Coalition. So great placing for her today too. Absolutely. Let's go check back with Cat 5. We haven't seen them for a little bit. Nice to just check in. Good job. Sherry is climbing the
Sherry.
good climb.
She's
Nice.
doing it.
And who's behind Sherry here? Let's just check. Teresa David is also
Yeah,
having
from
a
Rhino.
really good event. Nice work. And behind her, we've got Kate Gillies and then
Who
Labassi.
does not
we
have a
gave
team
little bio.
listed, so
Okay.
feel free
Kate
to-
does not have a team. Yeah,
no.
that's great.
Sabasi is
You
holding
don't-
strong, and
Good. You don't need a team to do this. And that's what's really
No.
neat. If you're watching this or you know somebody who's a female rider and maybe they want to get into racing or they're a little bit nervous, you can connect them with the Fem Collab. If you go to Zwift Insider, you can see our group on Zwift Insider in the women's racing area. We can help people find a team or just connect with some gals of like-minded to help nurture and learn a little bit about racing. Great job. Let's go back and see some more Cat 2 finishes. Cat 2 and Cat 3. We'll see what we can see here on the screen. Go! Look, Amy Young is cheering for Coalition. Fantastic, Amy, and thanks for watching on YouTube. Fantastic. Okay. And we've got, who have I got here? Zellweger. Good job.
Sue Zellweger from Watt Fabric. She is racing and has not stopped. She's finishing it up, getting it done.
Good work. Good work. Really good climbing. Really great. Absolutely. Cat 4. So we've
Elise
got...
is still leading.
She's coming to the finish here, Kelly. Good work, Elise. And looks like Aurelia just finished just before her, and Emma Isaacson also just finished before her. So great job in
But
Cat
those were
3.
in category 3. Yeah.
They were Cat 3, that's right. So we've got the winner of the Cat 4s here finishing.
No, Elise just finished. Elise was the winner of the Cat 4s.
That's correct.
This is,
Elise
Cordini
is the winner of the
getting
Cat
second.
4s. Good. Yeah. Good work. And Yelka and Helen coming down the road here. Great job. And I'm looking down the list, and there's a lot of teams that have a lot of girls racing today. And Kelly, I'm not sure if every team knows, but there is a little team competition, and it's based on the best 3 results across all 5 races each week that you have. So it's worth it having a few team members race in each category.
I see quite a few Swedish Zwifters racing today. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them right here in this field that we were able to see on the rider list.
Fantastic.
And Crush Pod. We got a Crush Pod racer we're watching right now, and she's finishing up.
Good job. And I know at Coalition... go ahead.
I was going to say, let's look and see where Sherry is and if she's still pulling the lead in Cat 5, and it looks like she is.
She sure is. She sure is.
It also looks like her chase has brought it back a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. So that's good too. That tells me that Rhino Racer is working hard and she's not giving up. She's still racing hard.
I think Teresa saved something for the end here. Look at those watts that she's got putting out.
That's right.
Very
she's
nice.
Gotten a 3.7.
Yeah.
I doubt.
And Kate Gillies is not too far behind either. And we've got some of the Cat 4s finishing in amongst these Cat 5s here. So it is possible to have women of varying categories finishing together. Absolutely.
They can't see each other or draft each other, to be clear. They're in separate worlds, but they are coming in with similar times. And so the category 3 riders that Susan keeps reading off, she's getting from the results because we've lost our category 3 stream.
We can't see them, but they want to know that we are thinking of them. That's for sure.
We're paying attention. They are racing bicycles.
That's right.
So it does look like we've got our second place rider for category 5 right now coming across.
Very good, Teresa. And looks like Kate is pulling up. Labassi's got a little bit of some recovery going on there. And then I think she's going to be putting some watts down again. Absolutely. Looking further down the list here, we've got gals from the Drafting Dinos, some gals from Evolution, Anna Langstroth from Vixen, Andrea from Coalition, and there's about 6 Coalition riders in the E-Pen. So way to go, gals. I see WCC, Satonia. There's so many great. Herd. The Herd is here too. Absolutely Level Esports, ATP as well. So some really great team representation. Lynn is just finishing here. Fun fact today, the winning time out of Cat 1 was 15:26. So Kelly, you just about called it bang on.
I've seen faster than that, but only when riders were really working hard against one another. And the Cat A race blew apart enough that the winner didn't have anyone chasing them very hard. Like, I mean, they were chasing hard, but what's the right word? There was no one on their tail, like right there, ready to nip them, you know?
Yes. This is just hard no matter how we look at it, isn't it?
No, and in fact, I'm going to be racing later today, and I'm going to get destroyed. It's going to be a madhouse. Me
too. We're both racing later, yes.
I think all of these women are incredible, and the ones that are still out there racing are incredible. Every one of these over 100 women has basically ridden 6 kilometers uphill today. That's a lot.
Yeah, we're watching Anna right now, Anna Langstroth. We just watched Vinette Powell finish, and Anna's climbing the good climb here. And just behind her, we've got Camilla, and not too far behind her, Sophia and Andrea. So really good. Oh, and there's Sarah Snell and Yvonne Molem. Yeah, really good climbing. And it looks like quite the little battle there between Yvonne and Sarah. And between Andrea and Sophia. So some really close. Oh, yeah, this is the hard part. This is where you got to ask your legs to just go a little harder. Good job. Shout out to Andrea there. Doing good.
It'll be interesting to see in a little bit once we get to the flat if there's going to be a little race on the flat part to the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're just stuck to each other.
Yep, they're 28 seconds behind the rider we're looking now, and they're in lockstep. 1.9. They're adjusting their output for one another so that they both are staying together. Open. It looks like one is finally maybe pulling up.
Yvonne might be putting a little push down here. We're seeing Andrea's finish.
Go, Andrea.
Yeah, good job. Oh, yes. Yvonne is just putting a little time in, but Sarah is coming back a little bit. Oh, there go the fire socks. I never get tired of watching that. And if we look a little further back after this finish here, good job to Yvonne and Sarah. Good match. Good match. You guys were well matched there. Absolutely well played. We've got a little further back, we've got Amanda Dixon and Gil Owen. And then it looks like we've got Hannah from Level Racing. And then a couple of gals that are all quite close together. There's Hannah and Pauline Watson and Wicked Wendy from Coalition. So a couple of those gals are all just really close to each other on this final really steepy climb part. Just who's got the energy left? Who's pacing themselves? And it looks like Anna just came across. Amanda just finished. And Gil is just about to finish here from Level Esports.
I can see Pauline is trying to catch back up to Hannah right up the road from where we are, and she's doing it. So
there she goes.
there's a bicycle race on our hands right here.
Yeah, let's head up to. Oh, good job. They're doing great. We can just see them in the distance right now from Wendy's profile.
Yep, and now they're
There
up
we
here.
go. What's gonna happen? My goodness.
Looks like Pauline is trying to hold
Oh!
it, and Hannah is
Here
trying to
comes
counter.
Hannah.
Who's gonna do
Good
it?
job. Good job to both of them. And now Hannah is in the draft. And if you don't know this
Yeah.
about Zwift, there really is it's easier when you're riding behind somebody. So just when is Hannah, whether she's going to be able to execute a sprint after this big climb?
It looks like she's doing quite a bit less than Pauline is ahead of her. You can see her
she may
numbers
just be
are
grateful.
lower than Pauline's. I think she might just be
Yeah.
waiting.
Or
Let's see
grateful
if she
for the pull.
launches in a
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true. She might just be excited to have a rest.
Oh,
She's
there-
trying. 5.26.
Oh,
There
there
it is.
she
I
goes.
thought that was coming. That was it.
She saved it. She saved it. Wendy's coming in for the finish here as well. Good job to her. And heading back behind Wendy, we have got Sarah. Not too far down the road here. Sarah's also over the steepest part.
Sarah races
And then
for
Verity.
Z-Sun, I think.
Yeah.
Just
Sarah,
wanna give
yeah,
a shout out, 'cause
Z-Sun.
we haven't mentioned that team. Yep, we haven't mentioned
And-
them yet. So
Yeah, that's a good point. And then also Zetonia. Verity is coming from Zetonia. And Ellen from ART. We haven't mentioned them yet today either.
no,
So many great women's teams.
definitely.
Good job. Oh. Now the question is, what did Ellen save? Or is Verity going to be able to stay ahead? Looks like she might have enough distance.
Yeah. Verity's increasing her lead, so I think.
Yeah, I think she's got it.
Although now I see her kicking, so there's kicking happening in her. The numbers went up a little bit. I don't think so though. We're very close to the finish, so
It's pretty far, hey?
really, really great racing.
And Kelly, I think that might be Nat Davies a little further back.
That's what I'm
beyond
seeing too.
where Ellen-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
it
great
looks
job
like
to her.
Ellen's
Good
about to finish,
climbing.
and Nat Davies is still at it, and Nat races for Herd, which is also it's one of the largest teams on Zwift, if not the largest, and they have lots and lots of racers of all abilities, including these Category 5 racers.
I love that so if you don't know about Herd, for those of you that are watching, they even run a series that is focused just on racers in what was the D category. I'm not sure how they're going to change it this summer, if they're making some adjustments, but they have smaller categories within that category. So if you're
Yes.
and
Herd
I'm a fan
beginner
of that. I
racing
think
series.
it's
And,
amazing.
And it's going to be using the Zwift Racing Score this summer. So the Herd Beginner
Yay!
Racing Series is using this Zwift Racing Score that we were talking about. All right, it looks like we have some results.
Fantastic.
Tracy Greenway did win in Cat 1. Sarah Roach came behind, not quite a minute behind. I'm going to mess up Thelma's name, but I'm going to try it. Horse thought there. And Tina Jareth looks like wrapped up the field, and then it looks like there was one person who had a technical difficulty who started the race, and I don't remember what their name was, and that's okay. I hope that they're okay.
That can happen. That can happen. Yeah. It's like having a flat tire out on the road or a chain brake. Yeah.
We call it gremlins on ATP when you get stuck. Gremlins got you. Do you want to talk about
Sure.
Cat 2
Yeah.
result?
Look at the Cat 2 category. Holy smokes. So we've got Anna Longdill, who got first place, and then look at how close second, third, and fourth were, even fifth in sixth. So some small margins between all of these women. Way to go, Natalie, Lauren, Karen, Amanda, Nan, Allison, Eleanor, and Angelique. So really good.
And
that's your top 10. Yeah.
We should note that you're seeing at the top on the spread that you're seeing in time is based on the winner of the category 1 race. And so that 15:26 you're seeing is there. So Anna crossed 1 minute and 46 seconds after the category 1 winner's time. So
just incredible.
When she says that these were very close, we're talking about how close they were to one another.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, some Cat 3 results.
Yay.
Okay,
it looks like Micah Van got, she crossed the line first. Her time was only 3 minutes slower than the category 1 time, which is very impressive. Wow. Maya Abu, Nina Ines, Maggie Lowe, Jen Pantaluk, and it looks like she was right kind of on Maggie's heels. Jen Buckley and Gretchen Zoller, it looks like, had a fight to the line. That's only 1 second difference between them. Lily Franken team, Emma Isaacson, and then Aurelia Zgaya.
Wow. Fantastic. And in Cat 4, our top 10, we've got Elise, and then Yelka, Helen, Sylvia, Lena, Erica, Ali, Blair, Jill, and Layla. So really great job. And you can see there's some small splits between them. And Kelly, round us off with Cat 5.
Alice Sherry Townsend who was the winner. And then Teresa, Kate, Labasi, Lynn, Jessica, Karen, Almut, Geraldine, and Lydia. And we saw some of these close little fights to the finish there that happened. So that was exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Do we want to check back in? Nat is just about done climbing. We can just take a quick check back in. Oh, we're going to take a look at our map here on the Racing Series Part 2. So we finished race 2 today, but of course, as we mentioned, there's 2 more races to happen later today. And then we have a Saturday race. And we're heading next week to Sugar Cookie, which is our longer scratch race. So that's going to be a really fun one. Hey, Kelly?
Yeah, Sugar Cookie next week is going to be our first long scratch race of the series. And I think we're really going to see how the Zwift ranking score affects things. Sugar Cookie is a clockwise loop around Watopia, which begins with a long dirt downhill and then a bunch of rollers along the coast, during which riders will be doing their best to conserve and stay in the draft. And then there'll be kind of a decision point when they come back up and head uphill. And then finally it ends then again with the same dirt downhill. And so the race will be decided partially by who has saved the most on the downhill and the long set of rollers, who can put out the power they need to stay with the group up the climb to get back to the start of the jungle, and then who has the guts and the arrow set up left over to be able to make it downhill first.
Wow. It's going to be dynamic. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what teams cook up. Fantastic. Well, Kelly, this was just amazing today. Thank you so much for co-hosting with me.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I also want to make sure that we thank Zwift for putting together this series. I want to thank James Bailey for giving us this opportunity to host. And I want to thank Damon for being our technical guide and handling all of these images and all of the immediate going from one rider to another, one PowerPoint to another, etc. I don't have the skills for that, so I'm very, very grateful. And finally, I want to thank all of you for having watched us today.
Absolutely.
Tune back
And
in
thanks
next
so
week,
much.
I think.
Absolutely. And don't forget, if you're looking for more information, head to Zwift Insider so that you can see what's happening with the Women's Femme Collab. And you can, if you join Zwift Labs, you can actually see these events really easily. Wonderful. We hope to see you soon.
Yep, same time next week. Some other people will be doing this very commentary, so I hope you watch.